The body of work I'll be presenting is based on my short trip to Alicear, which is almost like a studio space provided for, I guess, artists in the region in Trinidad. And the works are small, 8 by 10 inches approximately, and I try to create almost a character of myself through the idea of a blackbird, because the blackbird was the first thing I saw when I got into Trinidad, behind a wall of mountains, which for me was the first time I've ever experienced seeing mountains. Yeah. So it was kind of like a familiarity with the blackbird, but kind of, I don't want to say displacement with the mountains, because it still felt a bit familiar with, I guess, the color green, because Trinidad is very green, and Barbados is pretty green as well, just a lot flatter. Yeah. So the blackbird for me became that kind of personification of myself. So I used the blackbird to explore the ideas of comparing the two Caribbean islands.
I'm talking about my classic series that I'm showing here at Fresh Milk. It was always about kind of documenting my changing environment. Yeah. And there's certain things that stick out for me wherever I go. And being back in Barbados for 2 years after living in the States, there's certain early stimuli that have reappeared and I've kind of latched onto. And with this classic series, I'm really interested in the synthetic versus the natural, especially in Barbados, because there's a lot of construction going on, but there's still a lot of trees and just beautiful scenery, and when people kind of visit here, they kind of just focus on the trees and beautiful scenery.
But for the art magazine launch and for Fresh Milk, I'm doing a small series called Fashion Police. This is the first time I try out this media called gel media, which is you do transfers in color. Usually I work with black and white all the time and a little bit of color. This time I said, well, let's see what happens if we work with color, you know? Every Friday there's always an article about how people dress in town, you know? And every time I go in town, my mom will always say, don't let the fashion police catch you. So what I did is I took some images from the newspaper and I did transfer with gel media, which showed color. And it was my first time playing around with the idea, with that technique, and I decided to put myself in it, and I dress up the way when I came back from Suriname. First day I went home, I decided to have this shaggy bear bag, African scarf, beads and everything. So I wanted to show kind of my connection, like walking through Bridgetown in a very, it looked normal but yet strange at the same time. I look kind of like a foreigner. But I wanted to like show why I came back from Suriname and back in town. But it's a really simple concept about the heat newspaper, and that's what I call Fashion Police.